What happens when a good LLC member goes bad? You might be part of a business partnership. Maybe it's an LLC, maybe it's a corporation. A lot of the issues will be similar. We're going to focus today on what happens with an LLC, typically under various different state laws. So we won't be going state by state, but we'll be talking generally. Of course, if you talk to a lawyer licensed in your jurisdiction, experienced with business law, they can help you get the real details worked out. But in general, different statutes have different ways of potentially removing an LLC member that becomes problematic. And this could be for a number of reasons. You know, the person's personality might shift. They might be a very cooperative, good partner. Some event might happen and they may change personalities on you. They may just be a different person. Perhaps they get involved in some criminal activity that maybe either is directly connected to the business or not connected to the business. Maybe they just want to leave. Maybe they stop doing work. They stop participating in the LLC activities and they just move on to other things. There could be a lot of reasons why a member goes from being good to being bad. Almost invariably, you're going to want to go to your LLC agreement or operating agreement, the document that you set up when you established your LLC, and that's going to tell you some of your rights and responsibilities here. Your LLC statute is going to put boundaries around it, but that LLC agreement or operating agreement may have specific provisions about getting a member out. And there may be provisions for general buyouts. We've talked here on the channel about the idea of having a buyout provision where you can buy a partner out. You might be able to invoke those and just economically buy the person out without even getting into the right or wrong of their activities. And there may be provisions about what happens if somebody acts wrongfully. There may also be general provisions to vote somebody out. And your state law may have some implications too. There may be ways to remove a person up to and including judicial dissolution, which is where you go to the court and say, let's dissolve this LLC. So you're going to have a range of options, largely driven by two things: what's in your operating agreement and what's state law. Generally, it's going to be the state law where your LLC is formed, which may or may not be where you're doing business, may or may not be where your headquarters is. If you chose to file as a Delaware LLC, but you're located in another state, you're going to generally be looking to Delaware law regarding how all this happens. Similarly, if you're in multiple states, you're probably going to go to that state where you filed that initial formation at. So that's why when we give our other videos, we talk a lot about the state of formation and how picking the right state of formation is important, because some statutes have different provisions, and this is one of those cases where that's going to make it different. So get some advice from a good lawyer that's licensed in your jurisdiction, that's experienced with business law, and say, what can I do? Both under my operating agreement, LLC agreement that's sitting in the files that we all hopefully signed at some point, all the partners signed. Also, how does state law overlay and case law overlay? From that, you can map a strategy. So it's not the end of the world. This is a common problem, but it can impact the value of the business significantly. So it's not one to not take seriously, but you can work through it. If you have questions about business and business law, feel free to drop them in the comments, but don't put anything confidential there. People on social media may see your comments, may see what you're saying, and if that contains confidential information, obviously you'll lose that protection. So just put general questions and ideas in there. I welcome you to subscribe to the channel, because we'll be bringing you more videos and more tips and tricks in the near future. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. Look forward to seeing you for another video again very soon.